Welcome to my channel. Several days ago I received two presents with new coloring books, and of course I want to share with you what I got and what are the new additions to my coloring book collection. I am very happy that many of these books are perfect for Halloween and fall theme, so I can start coloring in these books immediately. First, I have this Molly Harrison book, and it's my first by Molly. Of course, I know about this artist, I know about her books, but that's my first in collection, and I'm very happy that it's about Halloween. I absolutely love this cover. I think that it's perfect, my favorite Halloween palette with warm yellow orange together with violet, blue and magenta, and I definitely intend to use this palette as an inspiration for the pictures. I don't know if you need a flip through for the books. Maybe I will show you just several pictures. I think that you already are quite familiar with all these books. I absolutely love this one. I love her hair and face, quite nice. And that's another one. Maybe this is a picture which I want to be my start in this coloring book. I just have to decide what to do with the grass here, because I can imagine how I can do building and sky and the witch, but not the central part of the page, so I have to think better. Quite nice and simple style. I think that I prefer more pictures where we don't have such a thick black lines, especially on hair, but mostly we have more delicate line artwork, and I think that I definitely will try to do here something during this October, maybe November. That's another one which I really love. Again, for this page, I think that this color palette could be perfect. This one is more like fall witch. I love the fallen leaves around her head. And another one, you know that I love to color scarecrows. Again, we have autumn fairy. Look at this beauty. That's again picture which I want to do. I really love those hats and decorated in different styles. Quite nice witch. I love her face. And adorable black cats. Here we have Vampire Queen. I think that this one is the most popular picture from Molly Harrison from this book. At least I already saw many beautiful interpretations, and of course I want to color it myself. But this one it's also nice because I love to color those pumpkin lanterns. How it's called? Jack-o'-lantern, something like this. So now I have a lot of witches, you can see that. Oh, here I love wolves. Maybe not for this year, because I planned to color wolves in Anne Stokes' book, but maybe for the next year. Yeah, and that's all. I think that this one is more for testing. We can color this one as a semi-transparent ghost. Quite interesting idea. Well, the next one is again for Halloween. It's horror coloring book. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of the artist, but some of the pictures, they are simple, but they are really well adapted to be colored with alcohol-based markers. That's at least what I intend to do, to use my markers here. You can see that pictures, they are relatively small, so you can do a Halloween project in short time, and I really appreciate it. Sorry, sometimes you know that it's complicated to make a flip through when we have this black paint on the new book. That's a picture which I want to color because I absolutely love this witch. She is definitely in a good mood. She started her flying, and I love the cauldron. Quite nice and funny. We have DJs, and that's another one. I imagine how I can quickly color it with my markers. For me it will be very good practice because my skills with markers, they are so rusty that I need to start from something simple like this one. And I have nice selection of yellow-orange markers. They will help me to color. But mummies, they are also fun to color. You will need various shades of blue-gray colors, and you can color mummy. So this one I also really love. And before this book, before this gift, I don't think that I owned a lot of books suitable for Halloween. Of course, I have Beauty of Horror second book by Alan Roberts, but that's all. I have pictures about autumn, about pumpkins, but not a lot of those horror books. I have vampires, I have some Ladies with Dragons by Selina Fennick, but not all those mummies, monsters and other things. They are less detailed comparing to Alan Roberts, and they are probably less intimidating. In Alan Roberts' book, of course, I appreciate great quality of the paper. These books, they are more Amazon quality printed, but for markers, it will be totally okay. And for quick projects, because now I have really very limited time for Halloween pictures, maybe this will be better choice. Well, I think that you imagine what kind of book is this. Quite fun. Rotten pumpkins or candle pumpkins. Quite interesting. This one is more like tattoo, slightly different comparing to the other pictures in the book. So that was her horror coloring book. And the next one is by Kolorowanka. You know that I love some of the Kolorowanka books, and apart from the quality of the paper, many Kolorowanka books, they are interesting for me, inspiring, but honestly I've never looked more carefully at those American scary urban legends before I received this present. As usual, cover is quite interesting. I love all Kolorowanka covers. They have good taste what to put on the cover. And inside we have interesting pictures. We have some creatures, and interesting that they are connected to some states, regions, areas of United States. I think American regions, so they somehow reminded me about books by Stephen King, because I really love when his horror books, they action takes place in small American cities like Derry or other. And I love that I hope that I will be able to learn about all those horror stories, horror legends in these places if I Google them. So we have those strange and horror stories. Look at this one, I absolutely love it. So I hope that if I Google them, I will learn more about those legends. You know that I love when I can learn something new from coloring books, even if it's just some horror stories. The line art is interesting, but again, not too overwhelming. Look at this one. I think that it can be very interesting project. Again, perfectly suitable for alcohol markers. Candy Lady. I need to learn why it's a horror story, but we have some hints because of the eyes and rotten teeth. Southern coastal region. Oh my god, so interesting. I love the landscape behind. West Virginia. There are no duplicates, so you will be able to color a lot of monsters, creatures, dark legends. I'm not sure that I will be able to color constantly pictures in such mood and style or horror, but sometimes it's really nice to switch from sweet bunnies or flowers to something more dark, sinister, because it's totally different color palette, totally different materials to use. I'm really interested in this one. I need to Google because I love to color those lighthouses, and here we have interesting combo, interesting composition on the page. It's kind of ghost, something like this. That children's playground. Well, maybe this one is not for me, and I prefer something like this. This one is absolutely beautiful. I love to color ships. It's interesting how to make it to show that it's a ghost ship. Started to maybe it's even something sinister. We have something like teeth here and those bats, so really nice. Ghost elephant forest park. Oh my god, so many interesting stories. I will try to be quicker. Oh no, ex-murderer's house. That's definitely not for everyday coloring, but interesting. Look at this Riverdale Road. Charlie No Face. I love it because I love to color crows. Night Marchers, Hawaii. I need to read more about this legend because he looks really interesting. And that's the last one, the Zombie Road. Another Cocowayo book for my collection. The next one is this Dark Beauty, Mystic and Fantasy. Again, I am not sure about the artist. At least here we don't have artist name, but look at this one. Even the title page, it's quite beautiful. Yeah, this book belongs to me. Here on the left we have short maybe name of the page or some quote which explain us a little bit the story behind the picture, and you can see that line art is quite delicate. Very nice artwork on face and on the flowers. Again, book is Amazon printed quality. Very beautiful. You can see that you can't hurt me, my heart is already empty. Beautiful flower here and thorns. She has a sword inside going through her heart. Interesting, very interesting. Would you dare drink this? I wouldn't. I really love that. This quote gives you initial idea for the page where you can start to imagine story behind the picture or your color palette. Look at this one. I love her face, her hair. It's a death, but quite beautiful. And here we have poisonous apple. Some very dark elf queen probably. Beauty. I love her. What she has on her head. Flowers and skull and even bat's wings. Very creative. Look at this one. I haven't decided yet which medium could be perfect for this book. Maybe the same style as I used in Jade Summer when I colored her dark pictures with a little bit of acrylic or of alcohol-based markers for the background, and then to work on skin, on hair with pencils. It will help me to color quicker because of the marker background, and I feel more confident when I do skin or hair not with markers but with pencils. You know that skin and portraits, they are not my strong side, but when we have pictures in fantasy or dark style, you can imagine various skin tones, various colors for the hair. You don't have to be very realistic in shading, you can exaggerate with their makeup, so it's more relaxing and not so taxing comparing to the pictures where you need to color in more realistic style. I really love this one, she's beautiful. Again, another picture with crow. I need to Google these books because I don't think that I've seen a flip through for this book or any colored pictures before, so maybe I will be able to find info about the artist behind this art. I really prefer to know who created these beautiful pictures. They are definitely original art style, but it's a pity that we don't have the artist's name on the cover. And I'm glad that there are no duplicates. I know that I won't be able to color all such pictures, but I simply don't. I prefer to have a bigger variety of pictures to select from rather than to have duplicates. Beautiful crown. And quite interesting. Great power can be suffocating. Interesting, those words, those saying, those quotes. And yeah, that was the last page. I definitely enjoyed this book, but what about the artist? No way. So that was the dark beauty, mystic and fantasy. The next one is again by the artist who is new for me. It's Kari Pujak probably. Anyway, that's Creative Heaven book. That's Celtic fantasy. I hope you can see pictures at least something, because here lines are thinner, so I'm not sure if my camera catches them properly. Here we have Creative having paper, but somehow it looks even whiter comparing to the books by Teresa Goodrich. Quite interesting feeling, like it's slightly whiter and thicker. Look at this beauty. I love this frame in Celtic style, and the second one more in stained glass window style. A lot of traditional Celtic symbols, ornaments, especially in frames. And of course, on each of the pictures we have those Celtic notes. Again, a lot of them can be quick projects. Maybe I will show you the rest from the end. It will be easier to make a flip through. I do love this one, so nice. Interesting style for the trees. Look at this one, so beautiful. That were Celtic fantasies. And finally I have more books, but I think that for them maybe I have separate flip through, like individual videos. I have this premium edition by it's Forest Girl. I want to do a paper test with watercolors, with neocolors, and after then I will do a flip through, and I hope to share with you my opinion about paper in this premium edition. It's my one and only Forest Girl book, and of course I am quite eager to start coloring here, because you can see I already have a bookmark. I marked for myself fall pictures. In this book we have a lot of seasonal pictures, very sweet, very nice, cozy, and I want to start coloring here immediately. So I hope that in separate video will be interesting for you. Next I have this beauty horror by Alan Robert. As I said, before this one I had just one book by Alan. It's Beauty Horror number 2. So it's really nice to have Halloween special and to have it in smaller size to be able to do quicker projects. Next gift was this Country Kitchen Charm book. And definitely it also deserves to have a separate video, because when I looked at these pictures it very quickly became one of my favorite pictures by Teresa. Absolutely amazing and very, how to say, heartwarming, perfect for fall coloring, or coloring through the whole year, but somehow during the fall season these pictures, they were especially for my taste. And finally I have another book by Kolorowanka. Well, this is the one and only book in this among those presents which are slightly scary for me. So if you are sensitive for such content, if you are not a huge fan of scary or slightly disgusting pictures, you better to stop watching video here, and it's totally okay, because I want to warn you, because this book is definitely not for everyone taste, and even for me I'm not sure that I want to start coloring it immediately. I need to think about such style of the books. So that's Kolorowanka, and please be careful with watching this. Pictures. Maybe I will start again from the end, it will be easier for me to flip it. I think that I won't be commenting it because pictures, they are, well, they are creepy. Maybe they are slightly too much for myself. Some of them, they are interesting, but some of them probably too creepy. This one is interesting. Wow. Oh, this one is okay. I do love this one. It's difficult to explain. Something is triggering you, something you would like to color, but as I said, you have to be prepared before you watch such flip throughs. So I hope that no one would be disturbed by these images. Somehow this one is funny. I don't know why. Well, this one was, well, definitely scary. I hope that you weren't disturbed. And please stay on my channel because I want to do also videos for these beautiful books. They are so amazing. Thank you for this wonderful presents. You absolutely spoiled me. You know, I hope that persons who sent me those gifts, they are watching those videos, and please know that I got a lot of pleasure when I made flip through, when I already started to imagine how I can color pictures. So I hope that videos from these books will be soon on my channel. Thank you.